Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Hart. I am the online editor with Labels and Labeling magazine. And today I am here with Abby from Belmark, and we are going to be talking about workforce development, sustainability, live events, all good things. So, Abby, why don't you go ahead and tell us who you are and what you do?
My name is Abby Meyer. I am a research engineer here at Belmark. I've been with Belmark for about a year, and I am working on all of our sustainability efforts here.
Love it. Good stuff. So, before we get to sustainability, which I know is both of our passions, let's talk a little bit about workforce development, which is my other passion as a young person in the industry. So, Belmark offers a lot of programs, and I kind of just want to talk through what you guys offer and how that is benefiting your students and your company. So,
Right.
starting with your high school program, it's an apprenticeship program, correct?
Sure. So students can, they are still in high school, so they're still taking their high school classes, maybe just part of the day, and then they are working at Belmark and getting paid at the same time and getting high school credit. And it's just a really good way to introduce them into the world of manufacturing and have them get real world experience. Some of them end up staying on and coming on to Belmark full time when they graduate high school. Some do end up going on to college and taking a different career path.
Now, what grade levels is this typically with? Seniors, juniors, both?
I believe it's juniors and seniors.
Okay. And now, is this one school you're partnered with, or do you have a couple partnerships in the area?
We are currently partnered with one local school, but we've been talking to some other schools to try to expand the program.
So, how many of these students do you tend to take on per year? Do you know?
It's just a handful per year.
And what do you think is like the ratio of those who go directly into the workforce or those who continue on with more education?
That I'm not totally sure on. I would guess like half and half, but wasn't given any specific more information about that. So
Now, moving on into our college students, you guys have a couple programs for them. So, one is an internship program. Could you talk us through that?
sure, the internship program encompasses kind of the most different departments at Belmark. So the students that are in college will come and work for Belmark during the summer. They will get college credit and they will also get paid. And the different departments that we do the internships with would be like IT, HR, marketing, different departments like that. And our quality department.
Great. So, what is the difference between that and the co-op program that you guys offer?
Sure, the co-op program is just for engineering majors. And so that is a different than the internship because the co-op is an entire semester. The student actually takes a semester off of school and works at Belmark full time. And so they work here in our technical department where I work, and we love our co-ops. They blend in seamlessly with our department. They are so helpful. They get such great experience of being in the packaging industry and working in a lab. And we just get that one per semester.
I think the school partnerships are so important because I feel like that is one of the best ways that you can get these people young and get them interested, and it just benefits both, the students at the schools because they know they have a career path ahead of them, and then obviously it helps you guys recruiting your new employees. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, I know personally, I had no idea that a company like Belmark existed in our area and had a technical team of over 20 people for science and engineering majors like I was. It was not something that I was exposed to when I was fresh out of school, so it is really cool for these students.
Can you run us through your sponsorship program and what that deal is for people who might have already gone through their education?
Sure. So students that are doing more of like a 2-year technical degree can do, Belmark will pay for their schooling, and they will work at Belmark while they're in school. They can go to school part-time or they can go to school full-time, depending on what they can handle, with working. And then once they graduate, then they come on to Belmark full-time per their agreement. And we do that with students that are interested in maintenance and also graphics.
So it sounds like you guys have options for all age ranges of high school versus college and departments, technical versus marketing or etc. So
Yeah,
Belmark's got you covered if you want to get into the industry, it sounds like.
yeah, it's a lot of really great programs.
So what do you tend to see the most employee retention from? Do you know of like which program tends to lead people right back into Belmark after graduation?
Yeah, we have a lot of people that have gone through well, I know, mostly about technical because that's where I work. A lot of people that have gone through the co-op program and then end up coming back when we have openings, they get hired into quality and then they move over to technical, or, there's just a lot of opportunities once you work at Belmark to kind of change departments and go with what you think that you're more interested in.
So switching topics a bit to something that I know is more your expertise, let's talk about your sustainability efforts at Belmark. So if there's any general things you'd like to go through first, we can do that, but I'd really love to talk about your true impact in your eco-ready lines.
Great. So we have, those are kind of our two buckets of our sustainable product offerings. Our true impact, we like to call our beginning of life option, because that option involves post-consumer content recycled material in the product. So we like to say the work has already been done. There's no extra work for the consumer to have to drive somewhere to drop off a product to recycle it, or we've already kind of saved your greenhouse gas emissions and whatnot just by using post-consumer recycled content versus virgin. And we have that both in our flexible packaging and in our pressure sensitive labels, that there are options to use PCR.
So now, what percentage of these materials is PCR?
So right now we can tell our customers that we are at a minimum of 20%. Now it depends on what your actual packaging requirements are. We are able to offer a lot higher than that, but it just depends, on your flexible package. If you have a zipper, or what kind of layers of barrier protection that you need, it can vary greatly, but we say it's a minimum of 20%.
Now, does using post-consumer recycled content have any effect on its recyclability at the product end of life moving forward?
Our products right now that contain PCR will not be able to be recycled. That's kind of why we call it our beginning of life, because we're seeing the environmental impact at the beginning, but unfortunately at the end of life, those still are going to be landfilled, because they are multi-layer packaging with the polyethylene interior and a PET exterior. We do like to tell the environmental impact overall of flexible packaging, and that it is a more lightweight option. The product to package ratio is a lot favorable than than using a rigid plastic. So overall, we believe flexible packaging is a sustainable option in and of itself. But adding that PCR, does save us some greenhouse gas emissions. We don't do a full life cycle assessment on these products for each customer. That would be, very time consuming.
Big undertaking.
Yeah. But we do have, actually one of our co-op students her project was to put together a calculator that we can use for our customers to say, okay, let's say you use 100,000 packages per year. If you use our true impact line with the PCR compared to virgin resin, this is how much you'll save in greenhouse gases, which is equivalent to this many cars off the road in a year. It's equivalent to this many PET water bottles saved. And so it's just a cool way for us to tell our customers they can use it in their marketing pieces, and so that's a cool thing that we do.
Yeah, and a good use of a co-op project. I mean,
yeah.
That's a very good marketing tool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the eco-ready line then.
Sure. So the eco-ready line is our end of life option for our packaging, and those packages are on the flexible packaging side. Those are recyclable. It's because it's a monomaterial all polyethylene structure, And we work closely with How to Recycle so that our customers can sign up for the How to Recycle labeling program and get that label put on their package so that their consumers know that they can take it to a store drop off to be recycled. And on the pressure sensitive label side, our eco-ready offering is a little different. It's not an actual recyclable label. It's just a label that contains adhesive that is easily removable from a plastic bottle so that the rigid structure can be recycled, like your PET water bottle. So usually in the recycling stream, the adhesives can really gunk up the process and lead to a lower quality recycled product. So for our eco-ready, for our pressure sensitive labels, it's able to be easily removable, and we have so that the bottles can be recycled more easily.
So now with the pressure sensitive label side, what are you doing for liner management or recyclability?
Sure. So we just, at this point, we're just offering standard release liners, and that is paper with a silicone coating, just so that the label is able to be released. And we partner with companies that do recycle those liners. That those obviously don't get recycled as normal paper, but there are companies that will recycle them and turn them into like energy pellets and whatnot. So what we do is we provide our customers with resources of who those recyclers are so that the customer can get in contact with those recyclers and get their release liners collected and recycled. There are minimum quantities, so it's not always if you're a smaller operation, you might have a more difficult time finding somebody to take your release liners to recycle, but for bigger companies, it's definitely an option.
Now, do you typically get customers who, depending on their industry or product, are looking at more like the true impact beginning of life cycle stuff versus eco-ready, or does it just kind of end up as a toss-up of what customers looking for what?
Yeah, we give them both options. I do a lot of talks like this with customers describing our true impact and our eco-ready, and let them decide whatever fits their goals. If it's a bigger company that has signed on with like some Ellen MacArthur Foundation goals to have packaging goals by 2025 to be reusable, recyclable, or compostable, those people maybe migrate toward the eco-ready to hit that recyclability goal. But the true impact is a really popular option because it's kind of a plug and play with the flexible packaging you're already using. It performs exactly the same as a standard flexible package.
Sure. So it just kind of depends on the goals, not necessarily the product.
Right.
So giving a little sneak peek of what's coming for the L&L audience that might be interested, you are going to be at our Label Congress event talking about sustainability. So a couple of things you guys are going to be talking about is like digital watermarking and how that contributes to plastic recovery, new technology for the circular economy, and then sustainability priorities. So that kind of fits all in with everything that we've been talking about. So is there anything you'd like to, I guess, say about your upcoming presentation? Any little favorite areas of sustainability, I guess?
I guess we're just, really excited to be back at a live conference. And, I just love talking about sustainability and all the cool things that Belmark is working on. We just have such a great technical team here, and we are working on so many things. So just, so excited to be able to share some of those things and all the hard work that we've been doing here.
We are excited to hear it. So thank you so much for sitting down with me today. And if people have any questions, is there a preferred way they can get in touch, like through your website, LinkedIn? What do you like to be reached through?
Sure, just off the website, or it's just abbym@belmark.com. And yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us today, and we look forward to seeing you at a live event soon.
Sounds great. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and make sure to click the subscribe button at the top of the screen. You can see more videos from this playlist by clicking the video on the right or click the video on the left to see all of our other videos.